Well, in Romans chapter 7, verse 7, we read Paul say a great purpose of the law of God. It says, I would not have known sin except through the law. And it is important to know sin, and that we're sinners, for to forget it is to forget that Jesus came for you. For, said Jesus in Mark 2:17, I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners. So did Jesus come for you? Well, he did if you know you're a sinner. If you're righteous, or at least think you are, he probably hasn't come yet. This truth caused the church, and especially the churches of the Reformation, to read God's law at the start of worship services, before the sermon, so that we would refresh, again, our need to grasp onto the Christ who is preached in the sermon. It's a practice built on that idea from Galatians 3:24, where Paul says the law is our tutor to bring us to Christ. Now, this is a good reminder for the theology in this moment, right here, where we read God's law. And I want you to remember that as I read a part of the law that too many are tempted to think doesn't teach that we're sinners. A law that many of us don't think is a tutor to bring us to God. One which evangelicals will often say, no, God never meant that one. Not for me, I'm fine. And which law is it that we deny to be our tutor to lead us to Christ? Well, it is the fourth commandment. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it separate. This is my translation. 6 days you shall labor and do your work, but the seventh day is a cessation, a rest unto the Lord. In it do no work. Now, most evangelicals know enough to blush at their anger, knowing that they are taught that they are murderers, or to wince at their lust, knowing that that makes them adulterers, or to admit their envy and covetousness makes them idolaters. But rare indeed is the evangelical who feels any remorse for the way they play Pharaoh with themselves and with their family schedule. The go, don't stop 24/7. Sabbath breaking is the respectable sin of the overly committed. Some will think it's more wrong right now that I am preaching this law than that they might have broken it. But truly, if it is God's law, then according to Scripture, it does give us the knowledge of sin. And more important for us, it does lead us to Christ. And that reminds us of our need to confess. So hear this from Romans 3:10. As it is written, there's none righteous, no, not one. If you're with us today and are able, you're invited to kneel. Come, let us worship and bow down. Kneel before the Lord our God, our Maker.